Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina, and yeah, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thanks for watching again. So for today, I was thinking we could rebuild the terrarium. So I did have some extra plants that I had gotten for the terrarium. Wanted to kind of redo it, set it up, and then tell you guys what I have, what I use, my light, all of that stuff. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, because it's kind of big and it's going to be hard to show you guys everything that I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the wood chunks out, attach the plants, and then bring down the terrarium, redo it. I did say I was going to start it completely over, but I'm thinking I don't want to, just because there's a lot of plants in there that are actually already established and doing really well. The mosses, some of the orchids, there's a few other little plants in there. Yeah, so I don't want to disturb everything. So I'm thinking I'm going to kind of switch it up and just redo part of it. So, and then I want to show you kind of all my supplies and stuff. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. So let's get into it. So to start off with, I'm going to show you my carnivorous plant soil. I've already made a batch up here, and all the plants that I did get in one of my other videos that I planted up in this mix are doing wonderful. So it's working. So I'm happy, because this is like I had said, the carnivorous plants are new to me. So it's been kind of just figuring it out. I did a little bit of research and just kind of, yeah, went with it. So they are doing well. And then, so how I made the carnivorous soil was vermiculite, spit that out. And then I've got just plain peat moss. And then I think some people are using sand and stuff, but I couldn't find any sand. So I just got the pumice, and this is the medium. I couldn't find fine. So whatever, I just grabbed it, and like I said, they're doing really well. So I mixed that basically 1 cup of peat moss, 1 cup of the pumice, and 1 cup of the vermiculite. And that's how I've made the mix. And like I said, I'll show you guys the plants. They're doing really, really well. And then for the terrarium, what I have in there now is this is not actually what's in the bag, but this is the, I think it's Exoterra cocoa husk. So they're just basically like big chunks. And so I put that in the terrarium, and then at the bottom of the terrarium I actually put moss at the bottom. So what is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm like having a brain fart right now. So just your regular moss. And so I put that in there as well, and just to help hold some moisture and stuff. And then for the light, it's actually a Barina light. I think it's a 24 watt, and I actually did rig it up inside. So when I bring that down, I'll kind of show you what it is or how I rigged it up and stuff, but it was really, really easy. And then the terrarium I actually got from IKEA. So it is the bigger one out of the two. I'm not sure the sizes, but there's a smaller one. I believe it comes in white, and then the bigger one comes in black. So I wanted to go with the bigger one. So I've actually had it for a while, and I just had actually like regular plants in it, and it was working really, really well. But I decided that I wanted to do this little terrarium setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the wood chunks, and we're going to attach some of the plants to the wood. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So bring down all my plants here. Some of the plants that I got in one of my last videos are doing really, really well. And then some of them, unfortunately, aren't doing great. Some of the little orchids, I think, may have dried up. I'm just going to put this up a little bit more so that you can see a little bit better. So, but like I said, I'm definitely new to all of this. So you're kind of learning with me. And if anybody has any tips or anything on some of these plants, feel free to put it in the comments, because I'd really appreciate that. I've got quite a few things. I might actually have too much, but that's okay. So we'll bring this one out first. I do have moss and plants kind of around it, but like, look at that, you guys. Everything's doing so well. Like, I'm really impressed. And I'm gonna pull this little one out here too, because I'm thinking I'm gonna attach something on this one. Close that up. And I'm just gonna fix the camera here now. There, I think that's probably pretty good. Yeah, like, look at this. Isn't that incredible? Look at the little orchid, it's doing so well. And then I actually have a couple of the Huperzia attached to the log as well. And I actually ended up getting this log at one of the pet stores. So I think this wood is actually for an aquarium, but I thought because it was made for, like, it's actually for an aquarium, it would be safe to attach the plants to. So that's why I went there. And yeah, you can go to some of these pet stores and get some incredible chunks. And this one as well, like, I actually got this one at the aquarium store as well. So yeah, it's, I don't know how I want to put this in here though. I'm thinking was it like that? I better double check now. I don't actually know. I think it was. Maybe it was the other way. Yeah, it was like that. Okay. Sorry, I know you guys can't see that. Yeah. So we're going to attach something over here. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to attach where. And so I've got some of my, oh my goodness, my hair is falling out. I've got some of my little plants. So I've got the little Sundew. I'm not sure if you guys remember that one. It's doing really, really well. I did take a piece of that off and used it in one of my other videos. And then this is actually the Venus flytrap. And when I did get it, it was actually dormant, but you can see right there, it's starting to grow. And it's so tiny. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so tiny. So my next one, this is the red, or I think it's, I need to put my glasses on. I can't read this. So this is the Flyer Red Cherry. So I've just had it in this cup, trying to keep it a little more humid. So we're going to attach that somewhere as well. And then I've got the one little Pinguicula, and unfortunately I don't know what the name of this one is. It unfortunately got moldy and rubbed off, but if I go back through, I'm sure I can kind of figure it out. And then this is, whoops, geez, I'm dropping it. This is the one little orchid, tixeri, but she's doing really well. I've had no problem with this one whatsoever. I'm really happy with its progress. And then I've got the Bladderwort. I think that's Bladderwort, yeah. But if you look, it's actually still flowering. It is just absolutely adorable. And it just has been flowering ever since I got it. It hasn't stopped. So that's pretty cute. So we've got that one to add as well. And then I did pick up this jewel orchid, absolutely adorable, little variegated jewel orchid. So I was thinking we could add that. Is that focusing? I think it is. I think it keeps trying to focus on my face. Anyways, really, really cute. So we've got that. And then one of the little orchids I got, this was the Porpax lanii. And this one is absolutely adorable. It's still dormant, so we'll kind of plant it up and get it on the wood. Can you see that? I think so. Yeah, very cute. So that one's doing well. And then I have another Pinguicula here, and this is just the mix, and like they're doing really well. So they're quite happy. Yeah, estrellita, I think that's how you pronounce that. And then here's another one. This one doesn't have as much color, but it's doing well. Like it seems to be doing quite well. And this one was called Pinguicula agnata Lobo x Hunahappen. I have no idea. We'll put the names up. And then so for the other little orchid that I have, this is the one that I got 2 of, and unfortunately bad news. So the first time I got this orchid, because I actually have 3 of them, so this little one right here, I attached it to the wood and the moss like pretty much within a couple days of getting it, and it's done really, really well. The ones left on these little boards, unfortunately, I think I have maybe have let them dry out just a tiny bit too much, but as you can tell, like they're just not doing as well. So I'm thinking that either they dried out or I just don't know how to care for them on here, because there's nowhere to hold any moisture. So here's the other one, like it's lost quite a few leaves. There's still some green growth on there, like they are still alive, but I really just don't think they're doing as well as I was hoping they were gonna do. But like I said, I attached these ones right away and they've got lots of new growth, doing really, really well. I do have some little air plants on here. I don't know the variety that they are. I don't believe these ones came with tags. I'm not really sure. I just picked them up from a nursery or something. And I've had those for like honestly many years, many years. They're really tiny ones, but they are doing really, really well on this log. And I've got some moss growing on there. And like I said, the little Huperzia are on there. So they're doing really, really well. So I'm thinking I might want to add another one of the orchids on here and then maybe add the bigger orchid on this one is what I'm thinking. Because I think this one would look really nice on this log. I think unfortunately I'm going to have to take the rock out of there because I don't, after getting all these plants, I don't have enough room anymore. So I'm thinking I'll take the rock out, even though it's really pretty, but it's not really, it's more about the plants and stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start this. Let's start attaching everything. I'm just going to put up my hair real quick because it's going to get in the way. Okay, so I think we'll start with the bigger one first. And I'm thinking what I want to do, and I'm going to turn this because you don't really need to see me. You just need to kind of see what I'm doing on here. So I'm thinking I'm going to take these ones off and add them on here. And I'm probably just going to add them all to pretty much the same place as the other one because that one is doing well. I'm going to do my best to attach it. And like I said, I do have some sphagnum moss here. So I'm going to put a little bit of sphagnum moss in some of these little holes because that's how I did it last time and it worked really well. So it's already pre-moistened. Pre-moistened. So just gonna tuck little pieces in where I'm thinking I'm gonna put these little plants. I think that's probably pretty good. And I might add another one down here. Now, the last time all I did was use the wire that was on the back of here, and I just used that wire to attach them. So I'm really hoping I haven't killed these. That would be really sad. They do have some nice green roots at the back here too, so I'm thinking they might be okay. Just need to be really gentle. Oh yeah, this one looks to be okay. Yeah, and this one does actually have a new root here at the back. So I'm gonna pull these roots off. Oh shoot, I just knocked a leaf off. Okay, I've got my scissors here. I'm going to cut off that dead piece. So if you can see, I know it's really tiny. It does have some new growth there, and those leaves do look okay. So I think I'm just gonna tuck it right in to this one little spot here. Just very, very, very gently tuck it in. And if you can see that, that is right in there. Might put a tiny bit more moss around it if I can, just to help hold it in. Just because there is a little bit of a hole there. There. I think that works. And this is just extra roots and stuff there. And then this piece here, yeah, it's definitely unfortunately not doing as well as it was when it got here, but it still does have some fresh roots. So I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Yeah. So if you see, there is a new root there, and there is still some green, green growth there. So we'll kind of tuck that one in here somewhere. Thinking I might try and tuck it in with the other one. Maybe I'll put a piece of sphagnum moss in there first. I should have maybe got something. Oh, I could use this. Actually, I'll use the wire that it came with. And I'm just going to tuck this in. I'm hoping this video isn't going to be too long, but I'm thinking it might take a little longer than I was expecting, only because this is definitely not an easy thing to kind of do when you're working with such small little plants and trying to be so gentle. Oh, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, I think I got that in there good. Tuck a little tiny chunk of moss in there just to help hold it in. There. And then, so right there, I just stuck that other little piece in there. Okay. So let's get rid of those chunks. Now I'm hoping that these are going to start to do a little bit better. I really do think with just them being on these, these little plastic boards. I don't think they're holding much moisture, and even with it being in the terrarium and all the extra humidity and everything that, and me watering them on a regular basis, I think maybe they did just dry out too much. So I'm hoping now that I'm adding this on here that it's gonna start to do better. I'm hoping this isn't dead. I don't know, it doesn't look very good, you guys. Pull all these dead chunks off. I just have to be so careful. It's so tiny. I don't want to cut any good stuff off. I kind of feel like my glasses are fogging up on me. I definitely don't see very well without them. All right, I think I almost got most of it. I don't want to take, and I do see an extra root in here that was growing out from underneath. So that's a good sign. And there still is one right there. Yeah, so I'm hoping that this piece is still alive. It doesn't look great, but it does have a nice green root right there. So I'm thinking I'll put that one a little bit higher up, maybe up here. Or should I keep the same pieces together? Maybe I'll keep the same. I could use this little chunk of wire because I think that will tuck in there. Maybe. Maybe, you guys, maybe. Just to help hold it in. Okay, yeah, I think I got it figured out. Okay, so I'm gonna put this just very gently without wrecking it. Oh my gosh. This is such like careful. It's so tiny. Maybe like this. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, just tucked right in there. So I just tucked it right in there. So we're just gonna leave that there. That worked out perfect. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how good that was. And my dog is underneath the table. He's on my feet, he's so cute. Okay, so maybe, I think I wanna put this on the bottom, but I have all these Pinguiculas already. No, I think I'm gonna tuck this one in over here. Yeah, I think I'll tuck it right in here. And this one here, I think it needs a little bit less light. So I'm a little bit worried. It said it needed to be a little more shaded. So I don't know if I should put that one on here, like lower down. But I think with this one, it's quite a bit bigger. Like it's gonna take up quite a bit of space. So we're gonna put this one on first. So I'm thinking, I just want you guys to be able to see this too. I'm thinking if I tuck it in here, I think that would work good. So let's pull this out. I need to take a look at the roots anyways, because I haven't pulled these out. Oh yeah, it's got some decent roots. Oh, it's got like a little tag along. It must be like a little weed or something. Just a little tiny weed grown in the moss. There can't possibly be that many roots, or is this just in there pretty tight, I think. I don't want to wreck any roots. This is just moss. Okay. I'm not always very gentle, you guys. I have to really remind myself to be gentle. Oh, it's definitely got a few rotten, but it's got a few good ones too. Oh yeah, no, it's doing good. Yeah, let me just cut off these other roots. I don't exactly have the best scissors to be doing this. They're not very sharp. Try not to there. Oh yeah. Definitely has some good roots still. Can you see that? Is that focusing? I think so. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Okay. So let's get some moss tucked in here. Maybe we'll just use the same one that it came out of. I'm just going to tuck that in there. And I do grow most of my orchids just in sphagnum moss, to be honest. I know a lot of people use bark and stuff like that, and I'm sure maybe it is actually better for them, but that's just always what I've used and have learned to do it like that. So I just continue to use the moss because I know how to water them. And I'm going to use the little wire again. I'm just going to see if that will tuck in there. If I go like, I think I'm probably going to have to make this a little bit shorter. Let me see. Or kind of put it on the edge there. Oh yeah, that'll work. Oh yeah. Okay. I think I'm just going to place that right like that. Very gently. I know you guys might not be able to see this very well. Just tuck that in like that. And I'll put a little bit of moss just underneath here, just to help hold some moisture in. I don't want to put too much or too tight. I want to keep it nice and airy. But I want to be able to cover a little bit of this wire because it doesn't exactly look the best. There. Oh my gosh, you guys, that looks so cute. Look at that. Okay. I really hope this works. I hope these are going to do okay. And then for the little beads, the lanii, because I'm pretty sure, because I know it said it wanted it to be a little more shaded. I'm wondering if I was to put it under here somehow. Because that, like when the light comes down, it's not shining as much on these. Unless I was to put it down here somewhere. Just trying to think where the best place would be to do that. You know, I'm wondering if I was to move this and do it over here. Because this can pretty much go anywhere. Yeah, it's just tucked in. I can tuck that in anywhere. I could even just put it down right there. Perfect. It just sticks in there. I think I'm going to put these over here. That's what I'm going to do. So I think you can probably see that. Put a little bit of moss in there. Tuck some under that little chunk of wood. And I noticed some of my sphagnum moss is actually starting to grow in the terrarium, and I think it's because it's getting just the perfect conditions, lots of humidity and stuff. And I think it's just doing really well, and yeah. Okay, this is going to be not easy. Like, it's got quite a few little pieces of metal back here holding this in, and I'm hoping this isn't all going to fall apart when I undo this. I hope it kind of stays together, like with its roots and stuff. It is still dormant, so I haven't seen much for growth yet, but, and it is supposed to get little flowers. I think they're kind of like orange colored or something. Yeah, from what I can remember, I think they were like an orangey color. Okay, oh my gosh. So tiny and fragile. Oh, it just came right off. Oh yeah, it is just growing in moss. Like it's all just moss behind there. Okay, so yeah, there's some hard, this one looks fresh here. I hope it's doing okay. So if I maybe kind of just stick it right there. And I'm gonna try and use the same little wires. Yeah, not an easy task by any means. Oh my gosh, I'm probably making the silliest faces right now. Okay, that is just barely holding on there, but that's okay. Will this go in here a little bit? It will. Okay. And tuck it in there. Like it doesn't need to be attached the same as it was with, oh geez, that's coming off, darn. Okay, try again. Might stick it like, oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Just have to get it on there enough that it can start to grow on its own. See if I can tuck some more moss to help hold that on. Some more up here. There we go. That's better. Okay. Stick some right in here. Yep, perfect. Some more up top here. Good. That looks good. That's holding on. Oh, there goes my dog. Yeah, so I just kind of got it on there. Now you can see the green little wire, but that's okay. Hopefully over time that, I think it's doing okay. Yeah, that looks cute. I'll leave it there for now and see how it does, because it does get light there, but it's not quite as bright. So it's a little more shaded, and I think that's, you know, from the research I've done, that one doesn't want like full on like sun bright light. So if it's shaded a little bit, that's good. Okay, so for this one, oh my goodness, it's so cute. This one gets the prettiest little flowers, you guys. I'm really excited about this. Okay, let's get this pulled out. And this one actually is doing really well. Like there's lots of nice, healthy roots on here. Now I don't think I want to leave it in this pot. I think I do want to kind of pull it out of this pot. Is there... Without ripping all its roots off, I have to remind myself to be gentle. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh, untangle those. And there's no wire holding it on. I think there's just some older roots. There we go. Okay, I got that. Perfect. Oh, that's so cute. Oh yeah, there's lots of nice roots. There's a few older ones. Try and pull that off a bit. Yeah. I can try and clean that up later. Most of them look pretty. Oh, yeah, see, that's a new one growing on there. I don't want to pull that off. This one looks a little bit dead on the end. Yeah, they're not bad. I think this is definitely an easier one to care for sure. And so how I had this one was kind of like this. So I'm thinking if I kind of anchored it like right here, I think that would look really good. Now there is some wire here, so I could just use the same tag, and then I can kind of keep an eye on what these plants are. Oops. Oh, I might take that off for now. I'm hoping this is long enough. I think it will, because I do have this other little piece of wire here too. So I could always attach that. Just winging it, guys. Just winging it. It's usually how I roll. Okay. I'm going to put it kind of around just so I can really help hold that on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Perfect. Put the little tag back on. I'm gonna try and remember what these are. Oh, perfect. That'll work. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And as that grows, yeah, hopefully it will cover the wire, and that'll be good. Okay, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna bring the terrarium down and put those, before I put the logs back in, I want to pull out some of the cocoa husk and make room for my mix for the carnivorous plants and get those planted. And don't forget, we got my other little orchid, or my jewel orchid, which is super cute. So I want to get that in there too. Actually, let's pull it out and check on the roots, because it's just been in here ever since I got it. Just want to make sure it's okay. Oh yeah. Yep, she's doing good. So I'm probably not going to pull it right out of the... Yeah, I don't want to pull that out because it's doing good. I'll just leave it in that moss like that. So that's good. Put that back in. Perfect. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to pull down the terrarium. I'm going to move all this stuff, and then we will start to redo the terrarium. Okay? Hi, so I'm back. So I got everything set up. I've got all my equipment. I got the terrarium here. I've got a bowl to put all my extra stuff, because like I said, I didn't want to pull everything out just because I have some plants in here doing really, really well. You can't see some of the plants, so at the very end of the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short little clip of everything in there together, finished, so you can see all the plants. Because I have a few like fancy ferns and stuff. They're just little tiny, but I do have them in there, and I want you guys to be able to see them. But unfortunately, me trying to show you right now is not going to work. So anyways, so let's kind of get back to this, get organized here, and start trying to set everything up. So here we go. So what I'm going to kind of do is I'm going to pull out some of this stuff that I have in the bottom here, because I've got some moss and I've got this cocoa choir, or whatever the heck it's called, because I want to get some of my other little plants in here. So we'll pull some of this out, and it's actually a little drier than I was expecting it to be. That's actually not good. I wanted it to be a little more moist. So I'm going to have to kind of, it's a good thing I'm getting in here, because now I can kind of tell what's going on and stuff. I do have this, what is it called? Frog plant or something, or frog vine or something. I'll show you guys later, but it's super cute. I want to get that organized. I'll have to be careful because this one little plant is growing pretty fast, and I'm worried about it kind of taking over. And I think what I'm going to do with the Pinguiculas is I'm actually going to bring up the soil for them quite high. Like I'm going to try and like bring it up kind of like a hill, just so that they get a little more light, because even though this light is pretty strong, I noticed that even the little ferns down below aren't getting as much light. And that's why, like, you do this and you kind of figure it out as you go, and you can change things later. Like, who cares, right? It's fun to mess around and change some of this stuff. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get that really pretty rock back in here, though. I don't know if it's going to work. Like, it's so beautiful. I collected this on one of my adventures. I love to go in the mountains and stuff, and yeah, I found this rock and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I think the funniest thing is I actually found this, it was a construction site for this one, and it was just all being like pulled out because they were going to put a foundation in, and they were breaking up all the rock and getting rid of it. And I had stopped off to get gas when I was going through the mountains. I don't remember where it was. And I spotted this and I had to grab it. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Not sure what kind of rock it is, but it's funny because I do actually have a lot of rocks in my plants. I think I kind of got that from my mom. She was always kind of a rock collector. But yeah, I think I'm going to pull more of this out right here, because I know this one little plant is getting a little bit unruly. He's doing well, which is great. Yeah, it's a good thing that I got in here, because there's definitely it's a lot drier than I was expecting. So let's get rid of that, and I'm gonna put some of this sphagnum moss down on the bottom, and it just kind of helps hold moisture. Pull this plant up again. And I think the actual green moss, whatever kind of moss that is, I collected that actually from the concrete out in front of our house. I just collected it and put it in a container, this green moss here, and just sprayed it, and it's been growing and doing wonderful. I'm just like, wow. So got my mix here, and I probably should have got a bigger scoop. And I'm just gonna fill this all in here. Actually, maybe I'll use this cup, because that's going to take way too long. I might actually have to make some more. See how it goes. And like I said, I want to raise it right up, because I kind of want it to be like a little bit of a hill at the front. And it will pack down. I kind of like the difference between, you guys really can't see. There's not much I can do about that though, unfortunately. Okay, I think that's good. And I do have my water here somewhere. Where? Oh, there it is. So I've got my distilled water. I wrote it on the bottle. And I'm just going to give this, just kind of make it a little bit more moist on top, just to help get the plants. I don't want to put the plants in if it's completely dry. But this is how I water. In this little terrarium is just this little bottle here, and I can put a link so you guys know. I just got it on Amazon. I have quite a few of them. And this is how I fertilize the orchids, the pinguiculas, and all the carnivorous plants is with these little bottles. It's actually a perfect way of doing it. Especially in small spaces. You don't want to be trying to water these plants with a great big water bucket. So, okay, I do have some rocks that I don't know. I've got my little rock here. I kind of liked that flat little rock. And then just another chunk. And I noticed like this actually works. I already tried it in the terrarium. It works in here, like it looks adorable. But I'm worried that when this goes to flower, it might be too close to the light. So if that happens, what I was thinking was I'll just chop the ends off, make them shorter, and bring it closer to the bottom, because I'm not sure how far the little flower spikes are going to come up. But that actually worked out really well. That's going to be adorable. So yeah, okay. So tuck that down just a little bit at the front. I just wanted to, like I said, make a little hill. Okay. So what are we going to start off with? I'm thinking, oh, let me try get my wood back in there. I just want to make sure that I've got enough space. I don't want to be getting, yeah, maybe I should leave this in here. I'm just going to stand up a bit. Oh, that can go over more. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I should put that back in there. Maybe I do need a little bit more. No, because I can put moss down there. I'll put moss down there. So I'm thinking what I'll do, start off with, is my little Bladderwort. This thing is absolutely adorable. Like, so adorable, you guys. I need to have a sip of my soda water. It's actually raining here in Calgary today, and it's quite muggy. Like, I'm actually kind of hot and thirsty. I feel like I'm back in BC. Okay. So I'm going to make a hole. Yeah, I'm really thinking I'm going to need a little bit more soil mix. I might have to make up another batch. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I very gently just want to pop this in here. Oh my gosh. It's so tiny and cute. Okay. I don't want to squish it too much. I'd rather bring the soil kind of around. This thing is literally like, I think this is probably my favorite out of all the carnivorous plants, is this little butterwort with flowers. Like, it's, I think that's how it's pronounced, or bladderwort. Bladderwort? Yeah, it is absolutely adorable. I'm going to give that a drink right away. Kind of get it mixed in there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute, you guys. Okay, next. So let's put in Let's do this one, the Sundew. This little guy. Super cute. Oops, dropping rocks. So I'm going to put this one kind of down there. Use all the extra soil I can. Oh my goodness, they're not easy to handle because I also don't want to get them all covered in, because they're sticky. So I don't want to get them covered in rocks. You can try to rinse them off a bit, but oh my goodness. I wonder if I can use the stick just to kind of, oh man, I don't want to wreck that. How do I get in there? Just very gently, Christina, be gentle. And I don't want this to be perfect, you guys. I want it to look more natural. And there's one of my long hairs. I think that's probably good enough. I don't think you really have to, they don't have much for roots, like very shallow little roots. So I think if you just place them on top, I think that's pretty good. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, next. Move this over a bit. You're gonna try and creep in on their space, I know it. Okay, and this one, like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, Venus flytrap, GJ Giant Cudo. But when you look it up, it's tiny. Like, I don't understand the giant part. Maybe that's the actual, like, Venus, like the trap parts are big, but the plant is small. That's what I'm thinking from the pictures. And now this one was dormant, and I already showed this to you guys. Like, it's tiny, but it is coming in. But I'm really worried, like, how big this is going to get. So I'm thinking I'm going to put it over in this corner because it's just a bunch of moss over here and stuff. And I'm hoping that that's going to be the place to kind of put it. I don't think it's going to get that big. Like, from what I've researched, oh my gosh, yeah, it's tiny. Like, there's barely any roots on this thing. Okay. I got to get up. I'm in an awkward spot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. Okay, I think I got it. Bring that kind of back up here again. And I've kind of got it on this little bit of a hill. I think these, I know they've been doing well in their containers, but I think they're going to do even better, like in the ground. A little more natural, maybe. Okay, so the next I'm thinking, I'll probably do this one, the bigger one. Try and get some of this soil off my hand. I guess I could have been using the spoon the whole time. That would have made more sense, I think. I'm going to put this one right kind of up against the glass because that might look kind of cool. And I sat back down again. That probably wasn't a good idea because I'm in such an awkward spot. That's okay. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Didn't even get soil on it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm a pro. Not really. Not at all. Just winging it. Okay. That one is in there. Now I'm hoping I can figure out all the names of these, but I'm to the point now where I'm like, do I really need to know exactly what all the pings are called? Like, I have so many plants. I have such a hard time remembering all the names. And now I got to remember the carnivorous plants, the mini orchids, like they're so tiny. And I'm just like, I don't know. I have the names, so at least I can look them up. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but yeah, it's definitely not easy to remember all the names of all these plants for sure. So I'm thinking again, I might make like a little hole here. I kind of want to keep this fun and not perfect. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the little tiny one down here. And that's the itsy bitsy one. It's got a baby. Super cute. In this little hole. Oh, apparently I watered her recently. She's definitely a little bit wetter. I'm just going to squish it there and put some of this soil around. Oh yeah, you guys, that's so adorable. Okay. You can kind of see through the glass, maybe. Oops, getting kind of empty there. And an awkward spot too. Oh yeah, that's so cute. Okay, running low. Okay, one more. And then we can plant our little jewel orchid and then start to put everything back and put our moss and stuff in there. This is going to be absolutely freaking adorable, you guys. Like it really is. Okay, so I'm thinking this one can kind of just go right here in the middle. I'm just going to have to be careful because my little frog plant, whatever the heck it's called, string of frogs or... Oh my gosh, just like that. Bloop. Oh, not on the leaves, not on the leaves. No, 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 no. I'm going to use my stick again. Very gently just press on the plant. I just want to make sure that the roots are touching the soil. Oh, it's so sticky. Oh, and so those little gardens I made with all my carnivorous plants in one of my other videos, they're doing so well. And they're actually getting all the fungus gnats in my house because I definitely have a fungus gnat problem. And a lot of people say, oh, it's your watering, you're overwatering. Well, yeah, and maybe in some cases, but I also have so many different types of plants that need to stay more moist it's just not possible. Like I can't let the plants dry out. So I have to keep some of these plants super moist. Okay, so let's try and get this back in here now. And I'm gonna try and dig this down a bit. Right down as far as I can. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. And then my little plant can start to crawl up here, up the log. Okay. And then maybe what I'm thinking is the orchid cactus could kind of go back here. So what I'm thinking, I've got the leftover stuff here. So I'll just put this in here. And I'm going to put some of the moss and get the jewel orchid planted in here. I think that'd be good. I'm going to try and keep the tag for the jewel orchid there for now. And jewel orchids are actually kind of new to me too. Like I've said in other videos, I've always kind of been into orchids, but I haven't always been into the jewel orchids. So that's kind of a new thing for me. Put some of these bark, or I keep wanting to say bark. Cocoa husk, I think. I've never used it until just to do this terrarium, but it's kind of a neat substrate. Like, I do like it. There. Give that a drink. And I have been using my distilled water for my orchids, for everything in here pretty much. I've been using it. Okay, almost out of water. Now I've got a little bit of the sphagnum moss that actually started growing. Like it's, I think you can see that. So I'm gonna kind of try and tuck that underneath the log here, because I want that to continue to kind of grow. I'm hoping that that will continue to grow. And then I've also got some more of that moss that I collected. So I'm going to tuck that up underneath here as well. Maybe I can stick the little rock in there around the, just try and keep it as natural as I possibly can. Separate that a little bit. You think I can get this rock in here, you guys? I don't know. It would look so nice back there though if I could get it in. It just is really big. So I'm gonna pull this up. Try to pull my plant up here. Maybe I could put it on an angle. Let's see what I could do here. It's kind of scratching the plastic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it works, you guys. It works. Yep, I like it. And then my little vine can grow up, tuck some more chunks in here, just to make it look a little more natural, like it was meant to be. Tuck that under. There. Oh my goodness. I think that's going to look really, really good. It does look really good. Wow. Okay. See if I can rinse some of this off. Okay. So I think that's done. Now I'm going to tidy up here. I'm going to pause and then we're going to come back and I'm going to do a little view and show and tell of the whole thing, all the different plants, everything I have in here, and then I'll have to keep you updated. I'm so excited. It looks really good. And I like the fact that it has like the rocks, and then it has all the cocoa husk and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I'm thinking, now I still have those real like the real rock and those glass chunks that I used in one of my other videos, and I'm like, I think that would look really cool, you guys. So maybe I will add that. I don't know, I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, we'll get back at it in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back, it's finished. I think it's amazing. It looks beautiful. Oh, there goes my dog down the stairs. I put a bunch of the name tags in so it looks really funny until we take the tags out, but I want to be able to remember everything. There's a lot of little plants in this terrarium, so I'll give you a quick tour and then I'll pull out the tags and we can see what it looks like finished. Okay. Okay, here's the finished product. So that's my little IKEA cabinet, and the humidity in there is 80%, which is pretty nice. And then I have my Barina light that's installed. And so we're just going to start off from the one side. I did put all the tags in here because I can't say some of the names and it's a little easier to, yeah, just kind of go. There was a lot of plants, remember, in one small spot. So anyways, I've got my moss back there. And if you look nice and close right there, that is my little Venus flytrap. He is so tiny. Like, there's my finger. Like, so tiny. Oh my gosh, is it ever cute? Okay, so that's the Venus flytrap. Take that out. And then, so this one is my little ping. There is a close-up of her. Doing darn good already, and look at the color on it. So this is the Agnata Lobo X Huperzia red. I'm terrible, you guys. Absolutely terrible. And then the other little Pinguicula, doing really good. I kind of have a little bit of her leaf covered up, but not bad. I can kind of move some of that. And that's the estrellita, that one. And then the little tiny ones in there. Oh my goodness. And they're already getting a little more red since I put them in here. So yeah, this is Pinguicula ehlersiae. So a little bit of a difficult name. I'm probably butchering them once again. And right here, this little vine creeping up, this is the mini creeping oak, or people call it string of frogs or ficus pumila. Yeah, so very, very cute little plant though, and it's kind of going through the gravel already, and I've trained it to come up this log and go around the little orchid. I think it will look really, really cute. And the orchid seems to be doing good so far. And that one, Tolumnia hybrids, Jairak flyer red cherry. So that's that one there. And then at the very back, I've got the little jewel orchid. Very cute. Yeah, and I don't think I even want to try to pronounce that name. So cute. And I don't know what you guys think about the little crystals in there, but I really like it. I think it looks cute. And then, so for this one, the Bladderwort, this is definitely by far one of my favorites. And it's got its little flower on there. Like I said, it has not stopped. Try to focus on there. Has not stopped flowering. And that's the Bladderwort Utricularia Sanderson. And then the next one, this is the little Sundew. It's really doing well. This plant is, I have found, is super easy. And Drosera spatulata. Very cute. And then my one little fern down here, which I don't know if it's getting too much light or not enough. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on this one again, but it's the Selaginella picta. Very confusing names. but it's very cute. And then the other little fern, I just love this little one. The colors on it are absolutely incredible. And Selaginella siamensis, very cute. And so at the back here, I'm pretty sure that little vine that's growing, I don't know what it's called, but I'm trying to, oh, what was it called again? I cannot remember what it's called. It's a little vine of some sort, but it's kind of like almost like a little succulent vine or something. But if anybody knows what it is, I do not know. I cannot figure it out. I'm not sure at all. And then I've got all the moss in there. And that's that moss that I told you I collected out on the street. Very cute. It really turned out nice, you guys. I'm really happy with it. And then so for this Huperzia, I've just got it tucked here in this moss. Now I haven't watered today. Things are a little bit dry, but after yesterday, it definitely was moist in here. And this Huperzia is growing already. So I'm thinking it's rooted in there, but this is the Huperzia squarrosa, I'm thinking. And then I've got the little tiny air plant. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have names for these ones. I've had them for a really long time. This is just one of the little babies that fell off. So this is Huperzia numerifolia, and that's that little tiny one that I stuck little pieces in the moss and in the bark, and it is starting to grow. So that's super cute. That'd be fun to watch it kind of grow out. And then for all the orchids that are kind of in the middle there, like this is the one that I had put in earlier, and then these are some of the little babies that we had put in ourselves. I think this one was with that one, but the one up here, this one here, this one down here, those are all ones that we put in together. And for those ones, I'm not going to try and say the name. It's too hard, but it'll be on the screen. And then another little air plant, Tillandsia. And then we come up here, and this little air plant, I ended up tucking it in there, so we'll see how it does. And then for this little orchid, Schoenorchis tixeri, it's very cute. It's definitely got a darker leaf, a little bit different. The leaves are a tiny bit bigger, but it's still pretty tiny. And then the little Porpax lanii, which is this little one under here. It's a little bit more shaded, so I'm hoping that it's going to be happy down there. I'll just kind of keep an eye on it and see how it goes. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And I mean, I could maybe try to train it up here a little bit or over here if it needs a little bit more light, or just even move it up. But honestly, you guys, it looks absolutely incredible. Like, I just absolutely love everything in here. It'd be nice to see things flower at some point. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think though. Tell me if you like it. Do you think the little crystals and stuff look good in there, or should I have left it more natural? I don't know. I just seem to think like I had them, so why not use them? But yeah, it sure turned out. It's a little bit dirty back here. I need to clean the plastic up, but I mean, honestly, you guys, look at that. It's so adorable. I really, really like it. Anyways, yeah, I hope you liked this video, and yeah, if you did, like, subscribe, and yeah, leave me some comments. Okay, bye guys.